Are you struggling to find a man? Have you lost hope that you will ever find the one? Have you ever asked yourself one of these questions? Why have I never found a man who loves me enough to marry me? Why has the dating world changed so much, and why are all men jerks now? Why is everybody around me married or happy and I'm not? If you've ever asked yourself any of these questions, then you are not alone. You are the typical case of what I call a woman who's lost hope. Fortunately, like I said, you are very similar to all of my customers, and I can help you. You definitely are not alone. I promise you. I've been there too, so I know what you're going through. I feel you. I know you. I know exactly how you're suffering. My name is Dr. Carol Morgan, and I have another serious question for you. Why men are jerks today? Really, why are men jerks today? Because it seems like they are, right? I bet it feels like most men can't commit to you or commit to a relationship with pretty much anybody. And it seems like they only want sex, right? I can't tell you how many women I have talked to who are just complaining that that's all men want is sex. It's like these men don't want to find any serious commitment or any kind of relationship or marriage. They just want to play around with women, right? That's how most of the women I know feel. So it probably feels like you're in hell, right? Because since you're not feeling valued, and men probably don't treat you very well or with enough respect. So, many women like you just don't know why men don't want to be with them. But you know what? It's not your fault. You have to remember that. It's definitely not your fault. Because the reality is, men are jerks. But at the same time, women can and should just learn how to deal with them. So if you really want to learn more, I have prepared a detailed, scientifically proven online course just for you. So you probably already know that. Today there are a lot of articles and videos you can read and watch about how to date effectively and how to find Mr. Right. There's a lot of stuff out there, but it takes hours and hours and days really just to read and watch all of these. I mean, who has that much time? I know I don't, and I bet you don't either. So instead, what do you want? You want to listen to a concise master class. You want to listen to 2 jam-packed hours full of the best advice you can get. Learn how to attract and to keep a high-quality man, not just any man, a high-quality man. So let's say, you have a date tonight. Well, you can learn some tricks to make him fall for you. Or if you don't have a date coming up, you might just want to refresh your dating skills. And if you do, you can be really irresistible on your next date. Who wouldn't want that? So after taking my class, you will know how to attract and how to keep the right man. Again, not just any man. Most of us can attract any man, but you don't want any man. You want the right man for you, right? So you can do it, even if you're not experienced, even if you've been wondering, why don't men chase me? Even if you hardly get any dates at all, even if you're frustrated with your love life, and even if your self-esteem is low, because let's face it, most of us women, our self-esteem isn't that great. But even if you have low self-esteem, I can help you. And even if you think that you will never find a high-quality man who loves you and wants to be with you for a long time. So if you invest just a few minutes of your time, then you will know how to find Mr. Right. Most of us women really do have this common problem. There's so much advice out there, like I just said. You would have to read all the books and listen to all of the available videos out there and all the lectures, and it'd take hours and days and months and maybe even years. So, but like I said, what if you have a date tonight? What would you do? If you're nervous, are you going to go through all those videos and books just to make sure that you impress him? No, of course not. You won't have time. You won't have time to learn everything you need to know before you meet him. So that's why you need to have a concise course, just like mine. So, if you want to get ready for that date, I totally understand what you're going through. We both know how hard it is to read all of that stuff and to really absorb all of this expert advice out there. So that's exactly why I decided to make this course just for you. Because like I said, I've been you. I was you. And that's why I made this class. I wanted to help other women who were just like me. So I know the exact things to teach you, not only because of my professional knowledge, but also because of my personal experience as well. So you want to know a little bit more about me. So who am I? Like I said, I'm Dr. Carol Morgan, and I am your instructor for this course. I made it. I made it from my own experiences. So I have a PhD in gender and interpersonal communication, and I'm also a professor at Wright State University. I am also a relationship expert on the TV show Living Dayton, and the author of several books too. And I even have a dating and relationship website called hersidehisside.com. And I give advice on there both from a male and a female perspective. I have my love of my life giving his male advice. So it's very, very valuable. So, I have a passion for this. Teaching people about relationships and how to find love is a huge passion of mine. I love writing articles, and I just love helping people find and keep the right relationships. So, and because of that, I'm also a dating coach. So I've been coaching and teaching people about dating and relationships for over 20 years. And that's a long time. I don't like to admit that I'm that old, but let's face it, I am. I've helped thousands of people create better relationships. And so I know I can help you find the man of your dreams too. So as I said, there are just too many online dating sites and advice out there. You probably have tried all of them. I know I did. I literally tried, I think, almost every dating site, most of the dating apps out there. And, there seems to be very few quality men. I'm sure you can agree with that. And you're like, gosh, they're all players. They're all jerks. Like, why am I doing this? I can't tell you how many women I've heard just completely give up on dating because they just get too frustrated. And even if you do find a quality man, chances are, and again, I've heard this from a lot of my clients, he probably doesn't pay enough attention to you. So you like him, but he doesn't like you quite as much. And so that's even more frustrated. I know that happened to me too. So, I was married and divorced. And what I learned from my marriage is that you need to find the right man. My ex-husband's a wonderful person. He's the father of my children. He wasn't right for me. He's a great guy, but he wasn't right for me. He was right for somebody else, not for me. So you need to find the right man to fix your marriage or your long-term relationships, because inevitably we're all going to have problems. So you need a partner who's right there with you 150%, helping you throughout the years to have a happy marriage or relationship. It has to be healthy and quality in order to be long lasting. So when I got divorced, Most of my friends were still married. My kids were 3 and 5 years old, and most of my friends had little kids, and I couldn't exactly say, hey, let's go out and pick up some men. That just couldn't happen. So that's why I turned to online dating. And I had to learn this whole new world because when I was younger, I'm showing my age here, they didn't have online dating. We had to do the old-fashioned way. So I had to learn how to do online dating and how to do it well and effectively, and how to find the right man for me. So after a lot of trial and error through the years, and trust me, I had some trial and error, as I'm sure you have too, I finally met the love of my life. And yes, I met him on an online dating site. So I know all about what you're going through, both personally because I've been there, and professionally because I teach people about relationships and coach them through this for a living. So, you don't have to learn it the hard way, though, like I did. You don't have to go through all that school to get your PhD like I did. You don't have to go through all those years trying to figure out and navigate the right and the wrong ways to do online dating, or even just dating. You might not even have to do online dating, but just dating in general. So, you don't have to learn the hard way like me, because you can learn everything I know. And it's a lot easier. This is a lot easier way to do it than the way I did it. So, I'm telling you all of this because, again, I know where you are. I'm living proof that it worked. I have found my perfect man. We've been together for years. And, from my experience, I know what works and I know what doesn't work. And I also know that very long lessons, like video lessons, they do not usually work because people have short attention spans and people just don't have enough time, quite frankly. So you want to find a concise course and a really workable approach so you can be successful at finding Mr. Right. So, we know all the popular advice like play hard to get or just be nice to the man, that doesn't really work anymore. So here's what is important. Okay, you ready? All right, so you need to know what to do before and during the first date. Because, you don't want to spoil everything, so you need to know what to do. You also need to know what the biggest underlying problem is when it comes to your dating life. And what I have found is that it pretty much boils down to one thing for most women, and that's your self-esteem. So we need to kind of work on your self-esteem. And I'll tell you why it's so important to love yourself more. Another thing I'll teach you is how to fix your online identity. Now you're probably like, what's an online identity? Well, that's what you're going to learn. You're probably on social media. You're probably on Facebook or Instagram or wherever, Twitter. Well, everything you put out there, your photos, what you say, that's your online identity. And a lot of women don't give really any thought to it, but it really can affect your dating life for better or for worse. So I'll also, teach you how to identify a low quality man and how to find a high quality man, how to identify him, how to communicate with him, how to act on a date with him, and most importantly, how to keep him. And there's more. So if you're a VIP customer, you will get exercises and worksheets to go along with these video lectures. And they are very, very helpful. So yeah, you can go to YouTube and watch these videos, but they don't give you, these exercises to dig deep and make some, real changes to yourself and to your dating life. So if you choose the VIP route, that's what you get. And if you just do it, before your next date, I'm sure he'll be dying to see you again. So what exactly will you get in this course? Well, let me tell you. You will get 21 short video lessons. So each lesson is about 6 to 8 minutes long. So altogether, it's around 2 hours. So in lessons 1 and 2, you will learn what is the biggest underlying problem in your dating life and what happens when a woman doesn't love herself. And why does that turn men off? Because trust me, it does. In lessons number 3 through 11, you will learn about your self-esteem. And no, you don't have to go to therapy to learn about all this. This is a short and sweet version. So, where does your self-esteem come from? What is your negative self-talk? And how does all of this affect your dating life? Because trust me, again, it does. And how do you stop your negative self-talk? I'll let you know how to do that. How do you love yourself more? And probably the most important thing is you really need to reprogram your subconscious mind. And you need to reprogram it with positive thoughts and emotions, especially about yourself, but also your dating life. So you will learn how to do that too. In lessons number 12 and 13, we'll talk about that online identity of yours. Why is it so important? How could your online identity be hurting you and hurting your dating life? And, what can you do about this online identity of yours to give you better chances with the quality men in your dating world? So after that, we're going to figure out what kind of man you actually want, because that's what a lot of women do not do. Like, they're just like, I just want a man. I just want any man. Well, no, you don't want any man. You want the right man. You want the man for you. So we're going to help you. I'm going to help you figure that out. So in lessons 14 and 15, we'll talk about low quality men, which you don't want, of course, how to identify them, how to get rid of them, which you want to get rid of them, trust me. And then in lessons numbers 16 through 21, that's all about high quality men, the kind of man you do want. So how do you find them? How do you identify them? How do you communicate with them? How do you act on a date with them? And then more importantly, and the most important thing, is how do you keep them once you find them? So, like I said, this course also has a VIP version, which I highly recommend. You can upgrade and you will get 13 worksheets. And like I said, the purpose is to really practically not only work on your self-esteem, but cleaning up your online identity. And we'll talk about, how much you love yourself, what's your emotional attachment style, and so much more. So, this video course is just short enough to exclude like any overload or any confusion. You just want to get only what you need really for today's date and the next date, hopefully with a quality man that you find and who loves you. You want to get the results quicker and easier, right? You want a speedy and applicable results today. So that's what you'll get. You'll get a lot of information in a very concise way. For example, again, do you want to learn about low quality men? Great. All you need to do is open lesson number 14. You want to learn about high quality men? Awesome. Open lesson number 17. Just imagine how your life will change, just like mine did. Your life will change. So imagine how great you'll feel, how effectively you will solve all of these problems that you have with your dating life, just like I did. And you know what? There's no risk. I offer a warranty. No matter what happens, you're safe. If you get results, everything will be fantastic, right? If you think this course is not bringing you the results you want, no problem. I will refund your money with no questions asked. And this warranty is valid for at least a year. So, you are 100% safe. And, you'll get your refund, very quickly without any questions. So why is it worth ordering now? You might think, oh, this is great, but let me think about it. I know I'm like that, but why should you order it now? Well, for the first 100 customers, the price is very low. It's usually $27, but it's only $19 for the first 100 customers. Kind of can't beat that. And if you want to order the standard package plus the VIP package, that's only $29. And originally it's $39. Again, that's almost, price of a college class. I teach college classes. So you're getting kind of a college class condensed for only $29 as opposed to thousands and thousands of dollars that colleges and universities would charge you. So I really think you should order it now. So, click here, order it now, because you want to get results today. And you probably want that special discount now, don't you? I know I would. So really, what are you waiting for? Your perfect man is out there. I just know it. And you will find him, I promise. And I want to help you find him. I want you to be as happy as I am. I want you to not have to go through the headache and the heartache that I went through. I can teach you the secrets, and you can end up just as happy as me, maybe even happier. So order right now. Thank you, and I can't wait to help you find your Mr. Right.